Horizontal, vertical, and matrix teams. What are they? Does one team structure work better to maximize your opportunities to learn in a firm? We will examine these questions in the context of an architecture firm, but they're applicable in any business organization. Stick around. I believe you're going to find value in it. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sarah, and I take hard to explain topics and explain them simply. I'm on my path of architecture licensure, and at the time of filming this video, I am not a licensed architect. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please seek advice from a licensed professional. What's the difference between a horizontal, vertical, and matrix team anyways? A horizontal team is when a project moves through different specialized departments. Specific tasks are delegated by department. I'd like you to picture a horizontal team sort of like a train that's connected. So you can draw this train, and each car is like a separate department in an architecture firm setting. So you have Department 1, Department 2, 3, 4, 5. The project starts in schematic design, and at the end of a phase or task transfers to the next department until the building is up and occupied. So it's constantly moving from one department to the next. The advantage of this type of team is you have highly specialized departments with standardized processes with experts in each of these disciplines, right? The disadvantage, however, is that the initial design or team goals at this phase get lost in the process by the time they get to that phase. The project essentially changes hands after every major phase or milestone. During construction administration, the team will not have the knowledge that the initial design team had to ensure that design intent is captured when RFIs come up, for example. The best analogy that I can give you here is, remember that game that we played as kids where we sat around in a circle and the first person relayed a message to the next person, and that message went around in a circle, and by the time it got to this person here and this person voiced out loud that message, it was totally different than the initial message. So it's sort of the same problem with a horizontal team structure. Comment below if you relate to working on this type of structure in your firm, and how do you like it? So here's the second team structure: vertical teams. In this type of organization, the project stays in one team from beginning to end, and that's key, with the same individuals for the entire life cycle of the project. The team shares responsibilities to complete a portion of that project from start to finish, from SD to DD, from DD to CD, CD to bidding and negotiation, all the way to CA. It's all the same team. The advantages of this sort of team is knowledge transfer stays within that same team, and there's continuity in the design intent. Whatever goals we created in schematic design, these get transferred all the way to the end of the project. Disadvantages include lack of specialists, since people share responsibilities and may be working in a number of roles simultaneously. Individuals become generalists, and finding generalists who are also specialists, well, that's a challenge in of itself. The final team structure is the matrix team, which is a combination of the vertical and horizontal teams. When a project stays in one team, but specialists join the team for specific tasks or phases, that is the matrix team. So in this example, you have the project stays within the same team and it goes all the way through to the end with the same individuals, but on an as-needed basis. Say during DD, we need a designer with some specific skill, then that designer plugs in there. And let's say we need a spec writer doing CD, then that person comes on and works for a limited period of time, right, in specific phases. If you're working in an architecture firm right now, which team structure is best for, number one, accumulating a lot of experience? How do you fulfill NCARB's AXP hours and ensure that you can gain those hours within your team structure? And finally, the one that we're all very excited about and want to continually fulfill is, how do we continue to gain that life experience no matter the team? Click on part 2 of this video right here, where I answer that question But before you do, please don't forget to smash that like button, and see you in the next video.